balance. This isn't a heat you run from, you enjoy it. Bring the heat. Keep the cool with Wendy's new Jalapeno Ranch Cheeseburger.
Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. Out together, dancing cheek to cheek.
I'm Jordan, by the way. Tom.
Have for you this month. Join us again next month for another exciting Bahamian environmental adventure on the Bahamas naturally. But remember, there's nothing like a Bahamian coastline. Let's protect it. I'm Julian Reed. See you next month.
This episode of Bahamas Naturally, brought to you by Dolphin Encounters.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. Former International Bazaar set for a major redevelopment as Afro-Caribbean Marketplace takes shape. Also, Grand Bahama Aquatic Center enters next phase of development. And Baku reaffirms its legal status amid questions from BUT.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
And welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, a project Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, has described as a game changer for the island is now in the preparatory phase as work continues toward bringing the vision to reality. The Afro-Caribbean Marketplace and Logistics Center, planned for the former International Bazaar site, is expected to transform the long-dormant property into what Moxie has previously described as a world-class tourist attraction. Moxie says another important step is now being taken as the project moves closer to development. Our Matthew Wadambaro has more details in this report.
It was a very complex deal, but that, I think, shows why it took 20 years to get the bazaar going again and to be able to get to the point where we're going to see a truly amazing project.
The Afro-Caribbean Marketplace project is steadily moving forward, according to Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie. She says the project is currently in the preparation phase and remains enthusiastic about the marketplace's potential.
Everything is moving, everything is coming together, and so I'm so excited for, the future of the bazaar and what we plan there with the Afro-Caribbean Marketplace to be realized.
However, a key part of the process involves the full acquisition of the former International Bazaar and Royal Oasis Resort property. Minister Moxie says securing the buyout of all 13 bazaar owners has proven to be a lengthy process, but she assures that the project continues to move forward.
And when it comes to the International Bazaar, we've paid some of the bazaar owners already. There are a couple more that we're finalizing payments on. And of course, you know that there was the issue with the Grand Bahama Port Authority, where the bazaar owners was indebted to the port for $1.5 million. And thereafter, we negotiated where it was cut in half. But again, that process is also being sorted out. And so we are making payments as we speak.
Minister Moxie adds that the government remains committed to helping Grand Bahama reach its full potential as the events and entertainment capital of the Bahamas. She says the Afro-Caribbean Marketplace is a key part of that vision.
We had to do a lot of work. We actually also had to do the Acquisition Act in order to clear the title, to ensure that the government, it was vested fully in the government. And so we've done all of that, done a lot of work, a lot of heavy lifting, and so I'm excited that we're finally able to move forward with it.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Matthew Martinborough.
Meanwhile, another major development on Grand Bahama is taking shape, with plans for the construction of the island's aquatic center advancing. Groundbreaking for the project took place in February of this year, with Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis calling it the fulfillment of a promise. The facility and be capable of hosting major regional and international swim meets. Deputy Director of Sports Norris Spain says the facility could become the envy of the Caribbean. Now, a meeting was scheduled for today to discuss the next phase of the project and the way forward for construction.
We do have a very important meeting tomorrow with persons from finance to try to keep that project moving and try to get it completed in the shortest period of time.
According to Bain, plans for the entire complex, including a modern 50-meter Olympic-sized pool, a 25-meter pool, and diving facilities have already been submitted, with construction expected to move forward in the coming months. He says the project remains a priority and is expected to generate significant economic benefits for Grand Bahama. Once completed,
definitely a priority.
The facility could position the island as a premier destination for regional and international sporting events.
It's definitely a priority. Of course, it was a commitment made by the Prime Minister. The Minister started it. And so it's definitely a priority of the government to get it completed. It will be the envy of the Caribbean, and it will attract a lot of events, which will result in an economic boost for the island of Grand Bahama. So, yeah, progress is being made steadily on that. All the plans are now have been submitted to the Port Authority for the entire complex.
And from that development, we turn now to union matters, where Bekowo is pushing back against questions surrounding its legitimacy. Area Vice President Michelle Ouden is responding to comments made by BUT President Belinda Wilson, saying Bekowo's registration and recognition are matters of public record. Our Sherelle Dames has been following this story and has the details in this report.
The Bahamas Union of Teachers has 3 times the amount of members that the other group has. But again, we don't have to bend or bow or stoop to any politician who I am alleging, and the court will show, have unlawfully recognized another group.
Those remarks by BUT President Belinda Wilson questioning the registration of the Bahamas Educators, Counselors and Allied Workers Union, which has prompted a response from Bekowo Area Vice President Michelle Ouden. As one of Bekowo's first official organizers, she says she was directly involved in recruiting members and maintains that the union's registration with the Registrar of Trade Unions confirms its legal standing.
In the Bahamas, a trade union must meet specific legal requirements before it can be registered, including submitting its constitution, required membership signatures, and information on its officers. Bekowo fulfilled those requirements and was officially registered as a trade union in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, receiving its certificate of registration on October 8, 2020.
Outen says registration was only the first step, as 1 year later, Bekowo secured recognition as the bargaining agent for Grand Bahama, Bimini, and the Keys by an overwhelming support.
Roughly about 1 year after receiving the registration, Bekowo became the recognized bargaining agent for Grand Bahama, Bimini, and the Keys. Recognition is governed by law and requires evidence of majority support, or where applicable, a poll. At that time, approximately 80% or even 85% of the possible membership had already signed up with Bekowo.
Additionally, the area VP rejects any suggestion that the union's legitimacy should be measured by its relationship with the government, as the union on occasion has disagreed with and negotiated against the government while continuing to meet obligations as a registered union.
False claims, they can be verified. Don't believe me. Don't believe them. Check the facts. Check the law. Check the Registrar of Trade Unions. Facts, not falsehoods, should determine the conversation.
Now, as summer break comes to an end, Outen says she plans to visit schools and connect with members ahead of school opening to hear concerns. And if action is needed, she says Beckawu will not hesitate to do what's necessary to protect the rights of union members. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Sherelle Dames.
In other news, funeral directors are raising concerns over what they say is a growing number of unqualified operators entering the industry. The Bahamas Funeral Directors Association says the issue is becoming increasingly difficult to ignore, with legitimate operators raising concerns over pricing, training, and the proper handling of human remains. The association is also welcoming the government's move to introduce greater oversight and regulation of the industry. More details in this report.
We have about 30 professional persons listed under the association, and I think we have just about twice as many rogue operators.
President of the Bahamas Funeral Directors Association, Kirsch Ferguson, is decrying the growing number of rogue operators in the funeral services industry. He says on an almost weekly basis, the association sees new operators emerging or presenting funeral notices in the newspapers.
So there's the question as to how frequently these guys are joining into the fold and presenting themselves as morticians.
Ferguson says the lack of regulation has opened the door for people without the proper training or qualifications to enter the profession, and he says families are among those feeling the impact, particularly when it comes to the cost of funeral services.
You can go to a funeral home in any part of the island and get prices from $4,000 up to $8,000 for the same merchandise, same level of service, and it's costing those who are being in this business paying proper taxes and also presenting themselves professionally to being undercut by rogue operators.
But Ferguson says the concerns extend well beyond pricing, alleging that some individuals are performing embalming without proper training, raising potential sanitary and public health concerns.
Yeah, that is a major concern for most of us who are practicing in the profession legitimately. Persons who are now employed by funeral homes, either they are owners or operators, are not properly trained in the art and skill of embalming, nor do they present bodies in a manner that's pleasing to the family. The major concern with that is the sanitary concern of the bodies being presented for burial, and also how the bodies are being transported to and from the funeral home.
And as the government moves toward new legislation, State Minister for Health Owen Wells recently announced plans to introduce a funeral services industry bill, legislation aimed at establishing licensing requirements, professional standards, consumer protections, and accountability measures. Ferguson says the move is long overdue.
And we do hope that during this present administration, they have already announced their intent to put proper perspective on registration and allow them to do the due process and have the same properly formatted for our further use.
On Little Grand Key, attention remains on power restoration. BPL Regional Manager Marvin Green says that the original restoration target was delayed after a setback during the commissioning and testing of a generating unit. Green says crews have continued working to address the issue, and Friday remains the target date for restoration.
The intention is still to have the unit completed and tested by Friday, with still an opportunity to sail out on that date. So we're still optimistic that that will happen on time. I mean, give or take a few hours, but the target is still Friday, with hopes to have Little Grand Key powered up, during this weekend. We have to also, there can be unforeseens, things that we cannot control, such as the weather, the time when we're able to work with the tides and all of that. But Friday is still a target to have everything completed and have the unit shipped into Little Grand Key.
And still to come,
A Grand Bahama woman living with multiple sclerosis is making an appeal for help as she faces the financial burden of her condition. You'll have the details of her story, sports, and more when we return.
Step into a life of luxury and convenience with the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card. From earning premium cashback rewards on every dollar spent to enjoying comprehensive travel insurance, shop with confidence, knowing your purchases are protected. Our Platinum Concierge service turns your requests into reality, wherever life takes you. Let the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card be your passport to exceptional experiences. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Dolly Madison.
Parents, get ready. Lighthouse International Ministry presents its Transformers Back to School giveaway Sunday, August 23rd during the 11 a.m. service. Fully loaded backpacks, uniform and shoe vouchers, plus food and fellowship. Register today.
Save More Drugs. We got you. From cosmetics to prosthetics, what you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, the prices you need and deserve. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
I could be the first one down. Oh, yeah. Everything getting told. Yes, I drop my car on the board. Then jump on Bahamas. I got my money. Oh, I got my.
Join us on the ZNS network for Cat Island Regatta Time, Thursday, August 20th at 8 p.m. Have the following supplies on hand at the start of the hurricane season. A minimum 3-day supply of water, which provides 1 gallon of water per person per day. Minimum 3-day supply of non-perishable food items. Flashlights and extra batteries. A battery-powered radio to receive broadcasts that will keep you informed of the storm. A first aid kit. A 7-day supply of any prescribed medication. Don't be caught off guard this hurricane season. Be prepared.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. A Grand Bahama woman is making a desperate plea for help as she battles a disease that has already taken away so much of her independence. 64-year-old Nicole Knowles has been living with multiple sclerosis since 2019, and with her symptoms worsening, she now needs costly treatment she cannot afford on her own. Tonight, she is turning to the public, hoping their generosity can help her continue the fight. Our Shalia Roll shares her story.
For 64-year-old Nicole Knowles, life has not been the same since 2019. Just after Hurricane Dorian devastated Grand Bahama, Knowles was hit with another storm of her own, a diagnosis of multiple sclerosis. At one point, she says the disease left her unable to walk, and now, years later, she continues to live with the painful and frightening reality of an illness that has no cure.
Some days I be in pain day and night, round the clock. But you know what, I don't say anything about it. I just continue going about my daily routines, just do what I can do. Sometimes I drag a lot. And sometimes I seem to forget a lot too. Sometimes it's got to come back to me because of the MS.
Knowles says she has been experiencing shock-like sensations in her hand, while the left side of her body has become increasingly difficult to control, sometimes dragging as she tries to move.
Every 6 months is like, they have to give me like twice a year. They cannot give me all at one time because it's a lifeline treatment, they call it. And I have to go and get it. But I don't have no funds to do it.
But there's a treatment that could help her manage the disease, treatment that comes with a price she simply cannot afford. Knowles requires specialized care at Memorial Hospital West in Florida, with the cost estimated at $60,000. The hospital has allowed her to pay towards that bill a little at a time, but for Knowles, the financial burden is overwhelming.
If you could donate something to me to help me out with it, because I have to get it done, and I'll appreciate it no matter how small it, whatever it is, you could afford to do to help me with it so I could continue the treatment.
And so she's now making a heartfelt plea to the public, asking for help to give her a fighting chance at continuing her treatment. Persons wishing to assist can donate through Scotiabank in Freeport, account number 4030703, transit number 80515, or contact Knowles at 807-9328. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Roll.
Well, in news from police, Grand Bahama Police are searching for 31-year-old Jacob McIntosh of Crown Haven, Abaco, in connection with a breach of bail. McIntosh is described as 5 feet 9 inches tall, of slim build, with a dark complexion. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to contact the Grand Bahama Police Control Room at 350-3000 or call 919 or 911. And staying with news from police, there is an update tonight on a wanted man we told you about last week. Police on Grand Bahama had issued a wanted bulletin for 20-year-old Leon Evans of number 138 Oleander Street, Freeport, in connection with stealing. Tonight, police confirm Evans is now in custody. We salute our Facebook friend of the day, John Alobi. Thank you so much for your support, and we hope you are enjoying your day. And that is a look at stories making news. Matthew, what's happening in sports?
Well, you know, summer's coming to the end, and I'm just as sad just as some of these athletes. But that means the offseason is coming up. So we're going to be talking with some of the coaches to see how they're preparing.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Matthew. Well, don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
See news in the making? Call us at 352-9713 or 359-5167. Or you can email us at zns3news@gmail.com.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I like this one.
Before us, there was an idea.
That idea allows us to serve you. Because it's not.
It's not just about the shoes.
It's all about helping our customers.
Look good and feel good.
Let us put shoes on your feet.
At Save More Drugs, we got you. We got what you want. We got what you need. We got what you came for. The quality you expect. The prices you need and deserve. Save more at Save More Drugs.
This is where it happens. Those moments that impact our lives. Giving you the information that you need this hurricane season. Wherever there is news, we're there.
Knowledge has the power to change the world, and every great journey begins with a single question. Welcome to Battle of the Brains, the competition that has inspired generations of young scholars to think bigger, dream higher, and compete with excellence. Representing their schools with pride are students from Mary Star, Tabernacle, Bishop Michael Eldon, St. George's, Jack Hayward, Seventh-day Adventist Academy, Sunline, all ready to put their knowledge to the ultimate test. All from a love of science, mathematics, biology, chemistry, and physics. It's the battle of the brains, powered by Grand Bahama Power.
Not quite Friday yet, but it sure is your Thursday edition of the ZNS Total Sports Cave. Welcome everyone, I'm Matthew Martinborough. Setting the pace tonight, it's been a long track and field season for our athletes. We caught up with coach of fast track, Ravano Ferguson, on how his club is approaching the off season.
We had a lot of kids took a vacation, quite a few of them came back and did the camp we had earlier, so it's just getting them back into the groove of things. We're looking forward to having a good season this year. We have quite a few junior standouts. We have Xavier Thompson, we have Maria, we have Makeda, so we have some returning names that's going to stand out this season, and we want to make sure they stay in the best shape that they could possibly be.
Reflecting on the recent success of Team Bahamas, Ferguson says the bar of success for the nation's track stars remains high.
Team Bahamas did extremely well. I think it's one of the best junior worlds we put forth, and based on the caliber athletes that we took there, you definitely saw up-and-coming program with our junior athletes. Once they maintain their athleticism and capability, they'll be able to shine at a higher level.
From the track to the court, Heroes Park was the place to be for local hoopers from all over Mayfield Park community over the weekend as part of the Marco City annual basketball tournament. Speaking with Marco City's Member of Parliament, Michael Pintard, he says the goal is to promote fantastic hoop sessions and stronger neighboring camaraderie.
We are very pleased with the level of competition, the number of persons who are participating, and the camaraderie between the open category, which are young adults and adults, and then of course the students, whether they are at senior level or at an elementary level. And so I'm really, really proud of what has happened here today.
Winning the adult category is the reigning three-peat champion Ballers. Head coach Travis Pratt say the tournament was over before it even started.
As usual, just a quick, we always does it. Usual quick round up, nothing.
And MVP point guard Jackson Walker say the team is still aiming to grow and improve despite the win.
Yeah, it's been a long improvement coming with us, coming along and playing. So it's more of 3 years coming, and when they keep on winning, that's feel better for us as a team.
For the last game of the evening, it was a clash between the white and blue Falcons teams, with the white squad taking the dub in dramatic fashion. And with that, your evening sports final whistle blows. But your local forecast is next. I'm Matthew Martinborough, and I will see you on the sideline.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Save more drugs, from cosmetics to prosthetics. What you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, vitamins you need, and prescriptions you came for. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Welcome to the Wellness Oasis. We are located in Lukai Medical Center, where we specialize in alternative medicine. At the Wellness Oasis, I support clients to take charge of their current health and health span through personalized nutrition programs, fitness coaching, and other collaborative wellness modalities. So whether you're looking for nutritional guidance, a structured 12-week fitness program, a nutrition program, or just a great place to exercise, we've got you covered. Visit us at Lukai Medical Center on East Sunrise Highway or call 373-7401 or WhatsApp 826-7401.
to jump on your health and fitness goals with the Fitness Connections Transformation Challenge. We've already helped hundreds of people get closer to their health and fitness goals and achieve awesome results like you see here. You can scan the QR code to find out more. But let me tell you what all comes with the challenge. One, you get 20% off coupons to the Fitness Connection every 2 weeks. You get coaching calls with us on Zoom. You get accountability, us checking in on you. And you also get the chance to win $1,000 and other prizes if you are the winner. So what do you have to lose? $50, you can have a chance to win $1,000 and get the body of your dreams. So scan the code now, sign up. We're here to help you.
Up all my friends, I could be the voice one day. Oh yeah, everything getting told. Yes, I drop my car on the boat, then jump on Bahamas. I got my money, oh I got my.
Join us on the ZNS network for Cat Island Regatta Time, Thursday, August 20th at 8 p.m.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that's going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Raven Davis.
And I'm Matthew Martinborough.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Here's a live look at the Bahamas tonight. They're coming your way next.
Portion of the news is brought to you by Doctors Hospital Health System.
Tonight, the deed's done. Tonight, Bosine Town residents living in limbo for many years will sleep comfortably. They have a home for keeps. Tonight, concerns from a prominent voice cautioning an increase in inflation is near. What's informing his thinking? And social services is stepping in, a helping hand just in time for back to school. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. Good evening to you on this Thursday. I'm Corval Pipefrom, and welcome to the broadcast. We are working to bring you tonight's top story. We will get to that in just a moment, but before we do that, let's get on with some of the day's other news. Well, we can tell you tonight that the Ministry of Housing is also eyeing tonight the development of new subdivisions specifically for young professionals. This much coming from Housing Minister, the Honorable Keith Bell, who reveals that land has already been identified here in the capital.
One I can say is in the western area, one is in off Carmichael Road, and certainly we have our eyes earmarked on something which is we are currently purchasing from the Catholic Archdiocese.
Well, downtown businesses and patrons are hoping the lights come back on soon after blackouts have been impacting that part of the capital since yesterday. Bahamas Power and Light Company officials say technicians have been fixing problems generated at the East Hill Street substation, which supplies customers between Collins Avenue and Marlborough Street as far south as VC Street. BPL confirms the initial problem was detected through proactive monitoring, but crews later discovered an additional equipment issue while attempting to establish an alternative power supply through the Arawak substation. Specialized teams have now been mobilized to address both problems. The 5 to 6 hour repairs time frame began at 12:30 this afternoon. BPL has since apologized to affected residential as well as commercial customers. It says updates will be provided as restoration work progresses. Well, for businesses in the heart of downtown, the power outage isn't just an inconvenience, it's cutting into their bottom line. Since Wednesday, shops, restaurants, offices, and other businesses in downtown Shirley Street, East Hill Street, and those surrounding areas have been dealing with the fallout of a prolonged power outage. And while customers can simply walk out of a business without power, for many business owners, that's a missed opportunity to make money.
Our current been out from yesterday from 3:30, and it's still not on as yet. And it's ridiculous. There's 6 ships in, and we have employees that needs to meet their quota and different things.
And for some tourists, the outage posed a bit of an inconvenience.
Unfortunately, I'm not really able to use my debit card, my credit card, and stuff like that, or even tap, because, you know, tap is such a big thing everywhere now, and it's, like, harder. I have to go find an ATM, see it, get help. I don't even have, like, service to, like, find Wi-Fi for the map and stuff like that.
Well, as the government continues to navigate a way forward in the face of a challenging global market, the business community is urging officials to restructure its support mechanism to help to those companies now struggling with increasing overheads and challenges to maintaining prices. Lloyd Allen reports for us tonight.
The cost of doing business continues to put pressure on Bahamian businesses, with some owners warning they can only absorb rising costs for so long before those expenses are passed on to consumers. Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation Chairman Don Williams says the ability of a business to weather the pressure depends largely on several key factors.
Depends on the size of the business and what are their cash reserves, how are they able to sustain themselves. Obviously, with everything that's happened, a lot of businesses have been absorbing those costs, like I said earlier. But now, I've been absorbing the costs, let's say, for the past 3 months. I can only survive another month before I have to go up $2 on my products.
The comments by the Chamber executive comes as the business community continues to raise concerns about the high cost of operating in the Bahamas.
A lot of businesses have not gone up. They have been absorbing the cost of fuel. They've been absorbing the cost of the power outages, of the use of the generators, of having to sometimes decrease the amount of staff that they're using. In some cases, businesses have closed.
Williams says these financial pressures can only be absorbed for so long before businesses are forced to pass those increased costs to consumers. Williams believes the key to supporting struggling businesses comes down to one critical element: access to financing.
And various institutions have started to provide that. I believe SBDC just released another tranche of funding for, and specifically for Family Island. So we, as the Chamber, we encourage that. And they've been a great strategic partner also with TDC, also with the Bahamas Development Bank. So they're allowing those Family Island businesses to have the necessary opportunity.
The Chamber president warns that without an immediate response to the growing challenges of doing business, the fallout could have a ripple effect, one that ultimately hits consumers where it hurts most. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
There's much more news to stick with us for this Thursday. When we come back, face-to-face, ZNS's union meets with the executive board. That story and more. You are watching the Bahamas Tonight. I hope you'll stay with us.
Step into a life of luxury and convenience with the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card. From earning premium cashback rewards on every dollar spent to enjoying comprehensive travel insurance, shop with confidence, knowing your purchases are protected. Our Platinum Concierge service turns your requests into reality, wherever life takes you. Let the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card be your passport to exceptional experiences. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Hurricane season, don't wait until a storm is on the way. The time to protect your most valuable assets is today. Talk to us before it's too late. Don't wait till devastation is at your door. We can help you protect your home from all kinds of perils, including hurricanes. In the event a storm is traveling, new policies cannot be issued until after the storm has passed. We're here to help you weather the storm with peace of mind.
News is brought to you by Adidas Mall at Marathon. Adidas, you got this.
You've got this as well. As we come back, we welcome you back this Thursday with a drone shot of the Supreme Court building over there on Bank Lane. Constructed back in 1921, it is the centerpiece of the Bahamian judicial system. It remains a vital pillar of the Commonwealth's independent legal infrastructure. Well, we want to get you to some more of today's news. 26-year-old Romeo Storr Jr. appeared before acting Chief Magistrate Ansela Evans, where he was charged with 2 counts of rape. The particulars allege that Storr raped an 18-year-old woman on Friday, August 14th. Due to the nature of the charges, Storr was not required to enter a plea. He can, however, apply to the Supreme Court for bail. In the meantime, Storr will be remanded to the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services until February 4th, 2027, when a voluntary bill of indictment is expected to be handed down. Storr was represented by attorney Ty Pinder. As that man was charged in the courts this morning, police again investigating another case of alleged sexual assault, this time involving a 21-year-old woman. According to the police report, sometime around 4 o'clock Wednesday afternoon, the woman told police that she had asked a man she knew for a ride to the store to buy products she badly needed. However, after buying the items, they went to the male's home where he made sexual advances towards her. The woman said she told the man she was not interested, but he continued his advances anyway and sexually assaulted her. Investigations there continue. Recent reports of sexual assaults have sparked outcry among women's advocacy groups with a call for greater dialogue and public education to help potential victims better understand their rights. President of Women's United, Lisa Bostwick-Dean, says there's an urgent need for greater awareness across a wide cross-section of society, particularly on the issue of sexual consent.
20 seconds. From children straight up to adults on these matters and on the sanctity of the person, of the individual, and a person's right to have control over their own body and a say, and to be treated with dignity and respect.
Bostwick-Dean is also calling for an amendment to the Juries Act to ensure juries hearing sexual offense cases are comprised of an equal number of men and women. She says while such legislative reform is being considered, there must also be continued public education and dialogue to help change attitudes, strengthen understanding of consent, and ensure victims know their rights and the support available to them.
The idea is we want to continue this social awareness and consciousness so that we can hopefully begin to impact the way that our population is dealing with and thinking about sexual offenses matters and sexual intimacy as a whole.
As sex crimes surge nationwide, a darker crisis is coming to light: the victimization of our youngest. Attention is now turning to the children suffering in silence, uncovering a heartbreaking betrayal by the very people and place meant to protect them. For some, the danger may not be outside the home at all. It can exist within the very environment meant to provide safety and protection. And when the alleged abuse involves someone familiar, trusted, or close to a child, speaking out can become even more difficult. Cognitive and behavioral therapist Harrison Thompson shares insight into the psychological consequences of child molestation, noting that those experiences can remain deeply embedded in a child's developing mind and continue to influence their emotional health and relationships for many years to come.
What happens to children who've been sexually molested? The same things for all sexual assault victims. They learn to connect to the bigger world around them in disconnected ways. They sometimes are dissociated individuals with attachment issues. They desire love but may not know how to show love. Overreactive to discomfort, very quick to cut people off, no longer tolerant and committed to what is good, committed only to feelings, committed only to self. These are the kind of things that give birth to narcissism, psychopathy, and even Machiavellianism, which is seeing my plans through regardless of what anybody thinks, regardless of what happens, or regardless of what I need to be. Once we pass that tipping point, we will essentially lose anything worth saving.
He also spoke to the importance of protecting those who will one day become the country's future leaders, innovators, and are agents of change. must remain a collective responsibility.
Family members that are enablers. We are family members who are coddlers, and we are family members who co-sign on things with their silence. And everybody wants to stay out of everybody's business, but that's why the larger society has to inherit everything that you're not dealing with there. And yes, it's hard. Nobody wants to out a loved one. Nobody wants to have to hold a loved one accountable to that degree. But if love means covering dysfunction, if to love you means turning a blind eye to wrongdoing, then I don't want to participate in that kind of love. Because that's a love that is only going to cause more trauma, more generational curses, more issues that we at large are going to have to deal with.
I want to get now to the story we had for you from the beginning of the broadcast. For generations, families in Bozeantown have called this community home, but for many, proving that ownership on paper has been a different story. Well, that all changed today for a number of residents living in limbo as the government handed over property deeds, providing them with official documentation, and as Lloyd Allen tells us, a new sense of security.
35 Bozeantown community residents, a more than 42-year land ownership dispute has ended, resulting in the issuance of conveyances ordered by the government and starting a new chapter for them as landowners.
This is your home, this is your community, and now you can call this land your very own.
Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis, referring to the area as Little Cat Island, as it was formerly known, says the issuance of the deeds is a red-letter day.
This administration has chosen to confront land reform directly. We have chosen to address long-standing claims and to bring greater certainty to families and communities that have waited far too long.
Housing and Land Reform Minister the Honorable Keith Bell detailing the arduous process for these residents.
In 1962, a quieting titles petition was filed in the Supreme Court concerning land in this area. For almost 42 years, that court proceeding remained alive. In March 2012, under the Honorable Prime Minister Hubert Ingram, an arrangement was made to exchange 34 acres here in Bozeantown for Crown land in Abaco, with the intention that these land would ultimately be conveyed to residents.
Now, we also spoke with a number of residents elated about receiving the deeds.
It's a beautiful day because I've been living here, like I said, for more than 55 years and now married for 15 years, 16 years, and still living in Bozeantown. This is a great place to be.
I again carry on so much about this place and everything. When you get a place to stick with that place one time.
It was so long. Didn't expect it. But thank God.
As these residents are the first in a series of residents to receive conveyances, the government says it will continue to push to make more Bahamians landowners. Reporting from Bozeantown for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Well, let's keep it where it is. Also present at today's ceremony was the area's representative, the Honorable Mario Bolag, the Garden Hills Member of Parliament.
There are residents who started this journey with us, but have since passed on, and will not have the opportunity to witness or experience this special day. We remember them today with great respect and gratitude. Their hopes, sacrifices, dreams were a part of the journey that brought us here today. And in many ways, this moment is also a tribute to their memory. Today, that long-awaited day has arrived. We are gathered here not simply to present documents, but to celebrate ownership, security, dignity, stability, and a new chapter for our families and our community.
The union representing line staff here at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas paid a courtesy call on its executive management team today. Fern Carey tells us that the meeting highlighted the good relationship between the parties.
The high-level meeting between senior executives at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas and the Bahamas Communications and Public Officers Union is part of efforts to continue building on the harmonious and collaborative relationship that exists between both sides. In welcoming the union executives, BCB Chairman Sandy Molly said he expects their partnership to grow on a foundation of respect, candidness, and honesty. At the same time, BCPOU President Sherry Benjamin noted that communication between the parties must also be enhanced.
We share the same goals. We want the same things. You want what's best for your members. We want what's best for our employees. They happen to be the same people. Okay? We have a mandate to the Bahamian people to deliver on broadcasting. You are a critical part of getting us there. Our employees matter to us.
All around, we have a very good relationship. I have a very good relationship with your leadership team. I don't expect that to change. They all know me. They know my temperament.
The ZNS chairman also assured that outstanding staff matters are urgently being addressed.
There were a few outstanding matters, not long-standing matters, confirmation letters, getting those all sorted out. Spoken to DGM, financial controller, and Dr. Roll, and she's assured me that those matters are pretty much dealt with. We have one or two, I think, might be in Freeport, where we're kind of working through them so that it's in the best interest of the staff in the direction that we go. Notwithstanding the fact that the letters were given with effective dates.
Chairman Morley also announced that efforts continue to reinstate ZNS Radio 1540 AM after the South Beach transmitting station was completely gutted by fire back in June. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
The Road Traffic Department is tonight responding to reports that the Bahamas Taxi Cab Union does not intend to continue participating in current discussions with representatives of the livery industry. They are urging all parties to reconsider any decision to walk away from the negotiating table. But the department states that any protest or industrial action must be lawful and peaceful. Under the Road Traffic Act, deliberately interrupting the free flow of traffic or leaving a vehicle in a position that causes an obstruction is an offense. Those involved could face police intervention, prosecution, and other penalties provided by law. And for public service drivers, the consequences could go even further and affect the driver's eligibility to keep and use a public service badge. Back to school season continues, and for many families, that means preparing for a long list of expenses, from books and school supplies to uniforms and shoes. But this year, families who qualify for government assistance are getting a little more help. Wes Calix Forbes tells us how.
Families across the country will receive a much-needed boost as uniform and footwear assistance increase this year by $50 per child. It's designed for those experiencing hardship or with insufficient income. This much coming from Social Services Director Maxine Duncombe. Now, here's how you qualify.
If you're not in the system, it is your birth certificate, your NIB, and your June 2026 report card. Now, if we have children in our system, then you only need your June 2026 report card. That's all you need. And if the children are going to another school, you just need the acceptance letter.
Duncombe adds that families who believe they need assistance should come forward, with preschool assistance now at $170, primary and junior high at $200, and high school at $230. Assistance is limited to a maximum of 5 dependents per household.
If there is a need for uniform assistance, we're not going to turn the applicant away, because it is important for us that every child in this country has the benefit of a sound education.
She says the figure shows that the demand for assistance remains high and is climbing as more families seek help. In fact, she shares just how much relief was received up to the third quarter of this year.
And so far, for the third quarter of this year, totals are looking at 1,409. So when you split that number, looking at Grand Bahama and New Providence, we're looking at New Providence 831 and Grand Bahama 578. So those are the numbers that we're looking at now, and I'm curious to see what the Family Island Division numbers are looking like.
For the Bahamas Tonight and West, Calix Forbes.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Marco's Pizza, Marco's Pizza, summer never tasted so good.
Marco's Summer Party is bringing the fun. Choose 2 large one-topping pizzas with a 2-liter soda for just $34.95. Or grab a big square deal, 1 medium, 1-topping pizzas with boneless wings for just $39.95. Enter to win weekly Baja Bay water passes and your very own Marco's Summer Party pack all summer long. Marco's Pizza, summer never tasted so good.
Just like every other uni student, I need back-to-school supplies. Where are we going for these supplies, you may be asking? Adidas. Duh. Y'all, they have everything in here. When I say everything in here, everything in here. All in? Let's go.
Yeah. We about to rewrite the family history. We going up like the Statue of Liberty. Yeah. Hey, we about to
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Access Now is just minutes away. The team's all here. Royston and Marlena, how are you both?
How you doing, Corvell? Listen, as always, doing a great job. We were just talking recently, off air and last week to Makushla, about some things that'll get your Bahamian card reviewed or revoked. I got to ask you, is there anything like that for you?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Really? Other than if you don't think about, like, I guess if it came down to, like, the right food that you eat. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and you wouldn't admit it.
Well, that's true.
Okay, go ahead, admit it then.
Fruitcake, none of them.
Oh, no, I like all those things. I do not like, I don't like dough.
Huh.
Fair enough.
Huh.
At least coming up tonight in Bahamas. The Bahamas Tonight Access Now. Women in aviation are doing big things and flying even higher. We're going to be talking to the president of Beyond the Wings.
And if you've ever wanted to become a police officer, the Police Cadet Corps is looking for new recruits. We'll tell you all about how you could be part of the next generation. That's coming up.
They were telling me to speed it up because I'm the loquacious one, but it was you two tonight. Stay with us.
We'll take the
Idle Thoughts here at 7 in a minute.
With the new Duo Pizza from Little Caesars, nobody has to chew. One half loaded with Parmesan, pepperoni, and Italian sausage. The other half topped with veggie seasoned ham and green peppers. Now that's a winning hand. The Duo Pizza. Double the flavor for only $13 VAT inclusive. Only at Little Caesars Bahamas.
Now available at all 5 of our locations. Little Caesars Oaksfield, Carmichael Road, East Street Pineapple Plaza, Charles Saunders Highway, and 1 East Plaza. It's not madness, it's Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Shop early to get your uniforms and catch Janae's Uniform Center's buy 4 get 1 free sale. Pre-monogrammed and regular school shirts, dry fit and cotton polos, jumpers, skirts, boys long and short pants, PE shorts, underclothes, tights, socks, neckties, belts, sleeping mats, hair accessories, and character work desk. Get 50% off backpacks, lunch bags, and raincoats. Buy 4 school shirts, get 1 free. Buy 2 skirts, jumpers, or pants, get the third 50% off. Need embroidery and monogramming done? Visit Janae's Uniform Center early. Beat the back-to-school rush. Janae's Chesapeake Road back-to-school special. Restrictions apply.
More highlights from Bozine Town, plus late night sports when you join us tonight at 11. For now, stay tuned for the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now. I'm Corvell Pye from We'll See You Later.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, what you gonna choose? Strawberry swirl, caramel too. Cookie dough bite, brownies pro dream. Oreo crunch, make the whole team scream. Gotta be frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Gotta be frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Swirl it, twist it, taste that wave. Gotta be frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Cinnamon toast on a cool vanilla. Chocolate base and the flavor gets bigger. Sweet on sweet, yeah, that's the fun. Better get one, better run, run, run. Gotta be frosty, gotta be Wendy's.
Bahamas. Hurricane season is here. Are you ready? The 2026 Atlantic hurricane season officially runs from June 1st through November 30th. 6 months of staying alert and prepared. Storms are named to help meteorologists, emergency officials, and the public communicate clearly and quickly during dangerous weather events. Hurricanes are also measured using the Saffir-Simpson Hurricane Wind Scale, which ranks storms from categories 1 through 5 based on wind speed and potential damage. And did you know, when a hurricane becomes especially deadly or destructive, its name is permanently retired out of respect for the lives and communities affected. Now is the time to prepare your emergency kit with a portable AM/FM radio. Review your family plans and stay connected to trusted weather information. Preparation today can save lives tomorrow. These are the names of the storms for the 2026 Atlantic hurricane season. Arthur, Bertha, Cristobal, Dolly, Edward, Faye, Gonzalo, Hannah, Isaias, Josephine, Kyle, Leah, Marco, Nana, Omar, Paulette, Renee, Sally, Teddy, Vicky, and Wilfred. This public service announcement was brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the Disaster Risk Management Authority.
Tonight, Access Now starts now.
Good evening. You're watching Access Now on this Friday. Junior, I'm Royston Jones.
And I'm Marlena Leonard with a look at what's on the lighter side of news tonight.
But first and foremost, and with cautious optimism that this weather is actually cooling down, let's take a look at tonight's weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening to you, Basil.
Good evening, Royston and Melina. It's time now for your Access Weather Forecast. On our live weather radar, we have some showers and even some thunderstorms, particularly around the northwestern part of the country, and that's associated with a low-level trophy, which has been sitting in the area for the past couple of days, but it will gradually start to move towards the west over the next couple of days. And in the tropics, we're looking at a tropical wave just to the south of the U.S. Virgin Islands that is progressing towards the west, and just ahead of that, we have an upper-level low that's also providing us some cloud cover over parts of the southeast Bahamas, and that too will be closing in over the southern Bahamas during the course of the night, triggering a couple of showers as well. And Boating forecast through Saturday for the northwest and central islands. The winds are going to be southeast at 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights around 2 to 4 feet. Low tide will take place at 9:12. That should be p.m. tonight, with another low tide at 9:03 tomorrow morning. Now for the southeast Bahamas, east to southeast winds at 12 to 18 knots. The wave heights 3 to 6 feet over the ocean. So small craft are asked to exercise some caution in the southeast Bahamas right through Saturday. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they're brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Hey mama, hey grandpa, they coming from far. They coming from America and Canada. Hear me? Hey mama, hey grandpa, they coming from far. They coming from America and Canada. Inviting you down to my hometown. This show is sure, oh, when you come down. Smiling face.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. Royston and Melina.
As always, thank you so much, Basil. Coming up tonight, new teachers getting some wise words of advice from the education minister during orientation yesterday.
Well, interested in becoming a police force cadet? We'll show you how you can.
Also, the wife of the Prime Minister giving back in a special way.
And in sports this Thursday, 2 collegiate hoopers on the move after an NCAA ruling.
And the Bahamas chapter of Women in Aviation going higher and doing big things. We've got the president and more to tell us all about it.
If you're watching the Bahamas Tonight, access now. Stay with us.
Before that school bell rings, you need to swing into super value and quality supermarkets for savings like Par Excellence long grain or parboiled rice, 5 pounds, $3.99. Rainbow corned beef, 12 ounces, $2.39. Whole chicken wings, $1.79 per pound. Boneless chicken breast, $2.99 per pound. Sweet nectarines or peaches, $2.49 per pound. A great school year starts with the back to school savings at every super value and quality supermarkets.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
This is the ride on the weekend with my grandma to this place, Burger King Nassau, where Grandma enjoyed her favorite flame grilled Whopper with fresh veggies, flame grilled beef just the way she likes it. And then I enjoyed my cheeseburger kids meal with a special treat.
And now, all grown up, I get to enjoy Burger King with these people, my friends, enjoying the same classic flame grilled Whopper. Let's just say, we know flame grilled tastes better.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at the service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in the car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
Is taking a quick break, but don't worry, we'll be back Monday, August 24th, just in time for back to school. Fresh stories, big trends, more fun. What's trending back at 6 p.m. only on the ZNS network.
Carrie's Fabric and Uniform Store wants to get you ready for back to school.
Don't be no fool, stay in school.
They have ready-made uniforms and uniform fabrics for almost every school in the Bahamas.
At Carrie's, find skirts, blouses, shirts, jumpers, boy shorts and long pants, neckties, socks, and more.
You can even have your uniform skirts custom-made.
Check out our selection of embroidered cotton shirts.
That's Carrie's Fabric and Uniform Store on Mackey Street.
Call us at 393-0758 or 817-0758.
So don't be profiling anybody. Trust the leader in private lending for your personal loans.
got no money. You only hear me, eh? You better go by Sunshine Finance and ask them about the 000 promotion.
Go 000 with Sunshine Finance. 0 interest, 0 payments, and 0 service fees until 2027. 000. More savings, more freedom. Apply now.
Welcome back. Well, the sky is certainly not the limit for a growing network of Bahamian women making their mark across the aviation industry. After operating provisionally since September of last year, the Bahamas chapter of Women in Aviation International, known locally as Beyond the Wings, has officially received its charter, marking a new chapter for the organization and its work in the Bahamas. Joining us tonight to discuss the milestone and what comes next for Beyond the Wings is its president, Monique Knowles, and vice president, Italia Seymour. Ladies, welcome to Access Now, or welcome back, I should say.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
I feel like it's almost been a year, but it feels like it was just yesterday. Now, you guys have been operating provisionally, I believe, since September of last year. Can you explain to people what a big impact this means now that you've officially received your charter and how this is going to change the way that you guys function?
It means now that the Bahamas has solidified its place in this global network, and we've joined a network of over 180 countries, and so we're excited for this milestone, and we look forward to the road to come.
Exciting. Now, when people hear women in aviation, I think a lot of their images just jump straight to pilots, but it's about more than just pilots working in the aviation industry, right? Can you tell us a little bit about some of the other jobs that might come under that umbrella that maybe people didn't think about?
Well, there's a lot of career opportunities and roles in aviation, and we're here to talk about Girls in Aviation Day, which will be held at the Nassau hangar September 19th, Saturday, for girls and boys between the ages of 8 and 18, and we're hoping that they can come out and learn about just about every career that we have showcasing. And we have our amazing sponsors: Nassau Airport Development, Nassau Flight Services, United Airlines, Civil Aviation Bahamas, the Royal Bahamas Police Force Air Wing, the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Air Wing. Wow. We have incorporated a partnership with the United States Embassy and their Rhode Island State Partnership to show about the international, I guess, path for aviation and aviation careers. So we would encourage everybody to come out and participate, those that may have an interest in the sector, and they can learn about all of the careers outside of being a pilot.
What an amazing opportunity.
And the most important point we would have to say, because of our wonderful sponsors that have enabled us to put on this event, the event is entirely free.
Oh, we love that.
So those persons that have not been on airplanes, that are interested in aviation or not interested, and we want to start a spark with them and have them to start a career in aviation. So this is our opportunity. We joined the world internationally last year. There were a number of persons internationally, 200 countries, and 43,000 persons celebrated the same time. And again, this year, we anticipate the same.
And do the same thing. And I think it's so interesting that you say it's from ages 8 to 18, starting really young, exposing these children to the possibilities that are there in the aviation industry. Now, if people want to find out more about this, where can they get any information? Do they need to register beforehand? Where can they find more information about the event?
Yes, we would anticipate that persons would register so that we could have an accurate count and have sufficient persons there. It's going to be at a hangar, so we want to ensure that all safety is in place and all persons are there with the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, Royal Bahamas Police Force. We'd like to thank the Honorable Jo Beth Colby Davis and the government for their assistance and participation in this event. I'd like to especially thank the chairman of NAD, Mr. Keith Seymour, for their contribution that made this possible.
Sounds like it's going to be an amazing day, just full of inspiring opportunities. Why was it so important to go all the way down to age 8?
Well, I think it's the international's recommended age in terms of, I guess, exposing children. And for me personally, I grew up with my grandfather who worked as a general manager for Bahamas Air in the United States. And I was exposed from a very young age, and now I'm here.
And here you are.
Yeah.
And that's what we're creating for the next generation. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Congratulations and all the best of luck when it comes to September. Thank you so much for joining us on Access Now, and it's time now for BTC Connection.
The plan that I would have tested would be the Plus plan. It was very beneficial to me because it has 35 gigabytes of data. And even though it includes 15 gigabytes of data as well, hotspot, it was very sufficient because my son, he loves to go on his tablet. They're like, Mom, can you hotspot me? I'm trying to get connected. So I've used the plan while I was on the road, on the weekends, throughout the day, and it's been convenient. No YouTube, WhatsApp, TikTok as well, and it wasn't any lagging, so that was beneficial to me with using the plan. The most thing that excites me is I'm a sales agent, and I actually get to sell to the customers myself to see their reactions, give them the walkthrough with which plan best, is feasible to them based off how many data they use, calls, and if they travel. So, and the best thing about this plan, we had plenty customers asking, well, if I'm a prepaid customer and I switch to postpaid, do I actually get to keep my number and get it back? And actually with this plan going forward, customers can have their prepaid number still and get that same number back. So that's the best feature with it for me.
Bing bang bing. Bing bang bing. Bing bing bang. Bang bang bang. Bing bang bing. Bing bang bing. Bing bing bang. Bang bang bang. Bing bang bing. Bing bang bing. Bing bang bing. Bing bing bang.
Behind every strong economy is a bold entrepreneur, and we're here to support them, island by island. On Eleuthera, we've helped 122 entrepreneurs turn their dreams into thriving businesses. Through over $3 million in approved funding, the SPDC is strengthening Eleuthera's economy by investing in its leading sectors: tourism, food and beverage, and agriculture. No matter the island, every business we support strengthens the economy, starting with yours. SPDC, Bahamas.
Need a DNA test to find out if someone is your father, your child, or your grandparent? Call DNA Direct at 324-0665.
Get your kids ready for back to school with Melissa Sears. Save big on pants, shirts, skirts, blouses, jumpers, tunics, ties, belts, socks, and ribbons. Right now, you buy 4 school shirts, get the 5th one absolutely free. The #1 uniform store in the Bahamas, Melissa Sears Uniform Center. Visit them in the Marathon Mall and East Street South.
Welcome back. You know, there's a lot of competition in the superhero world, but Marvel's Spider-Man seems to be winning this round. Brand new day. The latest release has now crossed the $2 billion mark worldwide.
$2 billion with a B. In just 3 weeks, Tom Holland is having a double blockbuster success between Spider-Man and the Odyssey. But here's a little tidbit for the enthusiasts. $2 billion is more than Superman and the Batman made combined, which is pretty impressive for a movie that even arrived late to some theaters.
Wow. So our favorite superheroes are being bested at the box office. That's incredible. You know, with great power comes great responsibility.
And you know, speaking of favorites, I'm sure there's going to be some kind of Marvel and DC fans back and forth that they'll have to say about the numbers and context. But me, I'm just here for a good movie. I want my popcorn, and I'm happy to see people going to the theaters.
I'm with you. Moviegoers everywhere are winning. I mean, they're on 10, and I'm looking forward to seeing hopefully a brand new day this weekend, this Sunday, with a little 4DX action, a little shake-up situation.
Yeah.
All right, but speaking of a new day, approximately 130 teachers are representing New Providence in the Family Islands participated in the new teacher orientation exercise at Stephen Dillard Primary School yesterday. Minister of Education, Science and Technology, Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable Chester Cooper, impressed upon the new hires the importance of the new role they're taking on, noting they may sometimes have to refuse to give up on a child who has given up on themselves. He challenged educators to give the job their very best.
Do not
not become a teacher who simply goes through the motions, as P.S. Campbell put it. Do not simply cover the syllabus. Do not be satisfied because you completed the lesson plan if half of the class did not understand the lesson. The objective is not simply to teach. The objective is for children to learn.
Bahamas Union of Teachers President Belinda Wilson believes it was necessary to be there as the new hires start their careers.
To be here, to give support to those educators, and just to sometimes say hi or just touch them and say be encouraged, and to go and do your best. That's very, very important for me. And you know, time is winding down. So next year will be my last orientation as the president of the Bahamas Union of Teachers.
Well, a program that has been developing young Bahamians for decades is still going strong, and now the Royal Bahamas Police Force Cadet Corps is looking for a new group of students to join. Wes Calix Forbes tells us more.
For more than 5 decades, the Royal Bahamas Police Force Cadet Corps has given young Bahamians an opportunity to develop skills, build discipline, confidence, integrity, and academic development. Meet Inspector Shade Saunders. She's the officer in charge for the program and says the program is multi-layered.
This is considered the feeder program for the Royal Bahamas Police Force. So it's a youth branch of the organization, and we focus on discipline, self-esteem, integrity, and academics. While we encourage our cadets to become police officers or to pursue careers in policing, it's not required. A lot of our cadets take the same values and the discipline that they learned or that's instilled in them into different areas.
And for students considering the program, Inspector Saunders says there's practical benefits. The Cadet Corps provides education assistance, medical attention, and a weekly salary.
Students or even parents are a little timid or afraid to join cadets because they think police training. And while cadet training does require, it does have like a physical aspect, and it can be a bit challenging. However, the instructors are trained, and we acknowledge that we're not dealing with adults, we're dealing with teenagers, so the mandate is slightly different.
She adds that the program is now looking beyond New Providence.
Cadets is currently only operational in New Providence, but as the Grand Bahama girl myself, I am so excited to say that we are currently recruiting cadets for Grand Bahama, so the program will become operational shortly for cadets in Grand Bahama. Now, unfortunately, we're not on the Family Islands yet, and I don't know when that will happen.
As the Cadet Corps looks to grow its footprint, its mission remains rooted in giving young Bahamians the tools, values, and confidence to find their own path. For the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now, I'm Wes Calix Forbes.
Thank you so much, Wes. Meanwhile, World Humanitarian Day was observed yesterday, and the Office of the Spouse of the Prime Minister gave back to 2 organizations providing care to some of the country's most vulnerable residents. Wife of the Prime Minister, Anne-Marie Davis, presented food vouchers and bottled water to Great Commission Ministries and the Persis Rogers Home for the Aged. She believes World Humanitarian Day recognizes those who step forward to help others during difficult times, from healthcare workers and volunteers to neighbors simply looking out for one another. The Prime Minister's wife stressed that humanitarianism does not always require grand gestures, but can be demonstrated by consistently treating people with dignity and reminding them they are not alone. Representatives from both organizations accepted the donations, with Mrs. Davis thanking humanitarian workers throughout the Bahamas for continuing to provide hope and assistance to those in need.
I love that. Doesn't have to be a grand gesture to make a difference. Well, stay with us. You're watching Access Now.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
A classroom is more than 4 walls, desks, and a whiteboard. It is where confidence is built, curiosity is encouraged, and young people begin to discover who they can become. And at the center of that experience is a teacher. Our schools need qualified educators, experienced professionals, and people with the knowledge, patience, and commitment to help our students succeed. Whether you are a trained teacher ready to return to the classroom, a retired educator who still has more to give, or a professional prepared to share your expertise through the expanded teacher reserves, there is a place for you in education.
The Bahamian spirit doesn't stop at our borders. It travels wherever our people go. Every Wednesday, Bahamian Footprints shines a spotlight on Bahamians who began their journey right here at home and are now making a difference around the world. Their accomplishments are our pride. Their stories are our inspiration. Bahamian Footprints, proudly presented by Coca-Cola, every Wednesday at 6 p.m., only on What's Trending.
You're looking at a shot of Montague Beach, located in eastern New Providence. That shot courtesy of our former drone pilot, Kyson Miller. Thanks so much, Kyson. Well, your Access Now Sports Report is next.
Your Thursday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports in college basketball news. Two Bahamian hoopers tentatively on the move after awaiting the final outcome of the NCAA judicial ruling. Earlier this week, Frederick King announcing that he will return to Creighton after spending this past season with the Murray State Racers. Not being left out, AJ Storr also announcing that he's committed to the UNLV Running Rebels after helping lead the Ole Miss Rebels to a dramatic SEC tournament run last season. Now, King is one of 10 college basketball players involved in a temporary injunction case against the NCAA. The lawsuit was filed August 13th in Louisville, Kentucky, with the players seeking a 5th season of eligibility. As for Storr, well, his situation has been settled. He was granted an injunction in Tennessee on July 31st that gave him another season of eligibility and allowed him to transfer. The ruling came as part of a legal challenge involving several Division I basketball players from the high school class of 2022. As for King, he averaged 13 points and 8 boards and was selected to the first team All-MVC as well as the All-Defensive team in the conference. For Storr, he averaged 15 points, 3 boards, and just under 2 assists in 35 games for the Rebels while shooting 44% from the field. Well, he made the jump from the collegiate to the professional ranks, but for Dayton Albury, he has not forgotten about home. Through his ballhead brand, the national team guard has already started to give back to aspiring young hoopers through a series of camps here in the capital. Albury tells us more.
There's a lot of opportunity to NIL, so I just wanted to give back to the community and give the kids an experience I wish that I had when I was their age in high school, which is, you know, everyone wants to look good while playing basketball. So, you know, I came and decided to do my own compression shirts and tights and socks and stuff like that. And then, you know, obviously with the camps, bringing some of my old teammates back, bringing some of my old coaches back to share their knowledge with the kids and, you know, so the kids can hear it from someone they're not always used to hearing it from. I feel like, you know, there's nothing wrong with hearing it from, you know, our local Bahamian coaches and players, but, you know, it's different when they hear it from other people. You know, they tend to take it more seriously. Even I was that way, you know, when I was young. So I feel like that's always important. So
in hoops this time from over the weekend, Bombs' under-18 boys basketball team with a strong showing at the 2026 Caribbean Hoop Fest basketball tournament that took place at the Kendall G. Isaacs Gymnasium. The champions defended their crown with a 79-54 victory over Team NYC in the varsity championship matchup. The squad wrapped up the tournament with an undefeated win-loss record of 5-0. The national team also won all of their games by double-digit margins. The Bombers was represented by Caden Cunningham, Jamar Gibson, Wally Jones, Darius Hanna, Justice Butler, Dwan Ferguson, Antonio Knowles, Nate Roll, Ethan Burrows, Anthony Pettikin, Stanley Pratt, and Jaheim Ambrister. The head coach was Jay Philippe. And on the water, 6 Bahamian sailors put their skills on display at the 2026 International Laser Class Association 6 Youth World Championships, which wrapped up in Denmark on Wednesday. Team Bahamas included sailors Eliza Denning, Mary Jack Nash, Emmanuel John Alexio, Nash Cartwright, Armain Man Watkar, and Finley McKinney Lambert. Denning, who is coming off a 5th place finish at the 2026 Central American and Caribbean Games, closed out the competition with a top 20 finish overall in the youth women's ILCA 6 category. She earned a 12th place finish with a total of 163 and a net score of 125. Mary Jack Nash, who won bronze alongside Patrick Tomlinson in the 2-person mixed dinghy at the 2026 CAC Games, competed in the under-17 youth women's category. She ended with a total gross of 306 and a net score of 259. Nash finished in the 75th position overall. On the youth men's side, Alexio was the top performer for Team Bahamas in the U17 youth men's ILCA 6 class, recorded a total gross of 411 and a net score of 333. For McKinney Lambert, he finished the event 201st overall. He scored a total gross of 483. As for Man Watkar, he came away in the 256th spot. And as for Cartwright, he ended the competition 275th overall. And that's been a look at your sports on this Thursday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
Thanks so much, Amajal. That's going to do it for us here on Access Now for tonight. As always, thanks for joining us.
And we'll see you right back here tomorrow for Entertainment Friday.
On my favorite day.
Oh, yeah. Good night, everybody.
Welcome to Regatta Time. I'm Ricardo Lightborn, and we are here in beautiful Cat Island for the 7th edition of the Cat Island Regatta. This is a wonderful event.